Okay, so there's a whole new set of banking rules in Canada, and they're here to protect you. But what does that actually mean for your money? Let's get right into it and break it all down.
You know that feeling, right? When you're staring at some bank document and it's just pages and pages of fine print. It feels like you're trying to decode a secret message, wondering if you're missing something huge. Well, trust me, you are definitely not the only one who's felt lost in all that jargon.
But here's the good news. There's a brand new financial rulebook that's been put in place designed to slice right through all that confusion. So, in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly what these new consumer protection rules mean for you, your rights, and your wallet. All right, first things first, why? Why did we even need a whole new set of rules? Well, to really get the solution, you've got to understand the problems they were trying to solve in the first place.
So, the government actually did a deep dive. The Financial Consumer Agency of Canada looked into how banks were dealing with us, the customers. And they kept seeing the same things pop up. People getting confusing or even misleading info, feeling pressured into products they didn't need, and, oh boy, the complaints process. It was often a total maze and incredibly slow.
So, to tackle these problems head-on, the government basically said, okay, time for a major overhaul. They created a single, stronger, unified rulebook for every federally regulated bank out there. And that brings us to the solution itself. It's called the Financial Consumer Protection Framework, and you can really think of it as your new financial shield.
So what is this thing, really? Simply put, it's a big, all-in-one set of rules. And its one and only job? To beef up and clarify your rights when you're dealing with your bank. No more guesswork. And look, the really crucial point here isn't just about adding more red tape. The whole goal is to make the entire system more fair and way more transparent for all of us. Okay, that's the big picture stuff. But what about you? What changes on, a Tuesday when you're just trying to manage your money? Let's dig into the specific new rights you have. Let's start with a number, $1,750, as in $1,750. That is the new maximum for a Government of Canada check that a bank has to cash for you right then and there for free. And here's the key part, even if you're not a customer at that bank. That's up from $1,500, which means more people can get their hands on their money without any hassle.
Next up is a huge one, credit card fraud. The rules are now crystal clear. The second you report your card lost or stolen, that's it. You are not on the hook for a single cent of any fraudulent charges after that moment, period. And for anything that might have happened before you reported it, your maximum liability is just $50, unless, they can prove you were being really, really careless with your card or your PIN.
You know those automatic renewals for things like GICs, where they just roll over without you noticing? Yeah, that's changing. Now, banks are required to give you a heads up before that happens. They also have to give you an easy way to check the latest interest rate. And, get this, even if it does renew, you get a 10 business day cooling off period. You can cancel it within that time. No questions asked, no penalty. All right, let's talk about something that drives everyone crazy. Filing a complaint. It's always been one of the biggest headaches. So these new rules are designed to make the whole thing way clearer and, thankfully, a lot faster. And here's the magic number you need to remember for this. 56. 56 days. That is the brand new hard deadline for banks. From the moment you file a complaint, a clock starts ticking, and they have 56 days max to get you their final decision. So the new process is super straightforward. Day 1, you file your complaint. The clock is on. Before that 56-day mark, you have to get their final decision in writing. And if you're not happy with it, or if they totally miss the deadline, you now have a clear path to take your complaint to an external body. No more being stuck in limbo forever. Okay, so let's zoom back out. We've talked about the why, the what, and the how. But what's the big takeaway here? What does this all really mean for you? If you only remember 3 things from all this, let it be these. 1. More transparency. That means clearer info on everything from fees to renewals. 2. Stronger rights. We're talking better fraud protection and easier access to your money. And 3. Faster solutions. There's now a fixed timeline when things go wrong. It's that simple. Because when you boil it all down, that's the whole point. This framework is designed to shift the power a bit, to put more control, more knowledge, and a lot more clarity back in your hands. So that leaves us with one last question. And this one's for you to think about. Now that you know you have these new protections, these clearer rules, what changes for you?
How might you manage your money just a little bit differently, knowing you've got this stronger shield in your corner?